Okay, we just went live on this one, on the Hangout. So we're broadcasting now.
Okay.
Okay, but if you want to share your screen, go ahead and do that, and then we can have a look.
My Rails console to load. It's being obstinate. Here we go. Let's see if it's actually. Yeah. Okay. So this is probably something quite dumb, but I was just kind of playing around with some of the methods that I wasn't familiar with that showed up in the last session. So I was trying to get in my Rails console this distance from time in words thing.
Yes.
But it's saying it's not defined for main object. I didn't think it was being called on something else, but maybe.
Well, did you do this include action view helpers?
Include.
Well, it's in capital action view, action, and then capital V view and colon helpers with a capital H. Yes.
Okay.
And now, if you do that, you will get an error. Yeah. Now you get this about X years. Yes. It's the same error I got.
And did you find out what was the cause of the error?
No. We couldn't figure that out. So, but once we run that, we hard coded that value in in the view. I mean, in the controller that returned the right right formatting. But actually, let's see here. We have this presenter. Let's see if we just let me share my screen also, so you see what I'm doing. Yes, because I'm not quite sure we are including the right file here. There is this file called datehelper.rb. So I'm thinking required date. Okay, actually that. Yes. So if we go and require load the date helper, let's see here. If I go open, but if you do load date helper RB.
Oops, stop screen sharing. Root. Load. Is that all one?
_helper.rb.
Be in pry, is this?
Yes, in pry. Yeah. What is this?
Undefined.
Are you in the? Yes, you need to be in a Rails in a project, I guess.
Well, this is the Rails console for within website 1, so I thought it had.
Yeah, and what did he say? Did he say that he couldn't find it, or what?
I tried that. It's
the date underscore helper with small date.
Fine.
Okay, but with in quotes. Huh.
Does it need the RB? Is this like require? No.
Is perhaps require then? No. Okay. So hold on, because we are saying required date, required object with options, action view, helpers. That should actually do it. Yeah. Action.
Wait, is it within helpers? I need to load helpers.
Yes, I mean it's in the action view helpers and then date helper. So what if this is a time ago in words, distance of time in words to now, because there are aliases for this. Here's it. I don't really understand why it returns an X. Actually, it's really weird.
Yeah.
Because it shouldn't. Returns. Date select. Date select. Oh,
I was wondering initially if it just didn't like the really long float or something, but this should be, yeah, it's part of what I was playing around with. This is just kind of.
well, it's really weird. With the data, let's see. Distance of time was 1 time. Just 4 years. It's 2 times. It should.
Translation missing.
What sort of translation could we? I mean, what we could do just to, if you take that error message and paste it into Stack Overflow or just Google, we could end up having at least some. This is a patch. About action. Oh, take the whole string actually. So yes, as it has an about X here, so it might be a useful. Otherwise, you can calculate the. No.
Yeah, whole string.
Okay, go back one step and see if we can find something in those. And was inaccurate. Selected date helpers among API. Distance of time in Words Rails console. Click on that down at the very bottom of this page.
Yeah.
Do that search.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's a specific error that we encoded in the console. How can I use using the yes? So if you actually click the top one.
Let's try.
Hello.
Hi, Sampriti. We're trying to figure out why this distance of time in words is not working in the Rails console.
Yeah, I think it's because of some. It's like that method depends on translations, like II8N, and apparently the proper translation files can't be accessed from the Rails console. So it's because of the translation why it's not working.
Okay.
But
we found this Stack Overflow answer that he says we should both require action view and include action view helpers, date helper. So another step. You know what I mean? If we try that, and also just do the require action view, and let's see if we can.
Yeah, that was already in there.
Okay.
It's still doing exactly the same thing.
Okay. Yeah. So it could be something. It's like, I mean, it's not a biggie for us because it still works in the application itself. So it's not a, but it would be interesting to know what exactly and he's also adding a translation missing class to that span. That's really interesting, actually. You see that?
Yeah.
So that would suggest that Sampriti's hypothesis is right, that is something with translations, but it would be, I mean, it's not critical for us right now, but it would be interesting to know what's wrong.
We've got a scrum coming up in about 8 minutes, haven't we?
Once again?
I've just realised there's a scrum in about 8 minutes, isn't there?
Oh, yes, it is. Actually.
By the way, Thomas,
Yeah.
can you just do one last thing for me? Can you go into config/locales and open up n.yml?
config. What am I? Config locals en. Yes.
And then search. All right.
There is only one string. Hello world.
Interesting. Open up device.
Yeah.
All right. So how does it get this translation then? Because like I have this Stack Overflow post which is opened up, which is not exactly that, but it's kind of similar.
Mm.
And they say that probably something complex. I don't really know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
About 1 hour. Oh, so yeah. I mean, these. Okay. This must be a YAML file with translations for this 1 hour and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Um,
Which is in. Let's see where
in
that
the
is.
Rails. Oh,
Yeah, that seems to be here. Yeah. So it's in the II8N. All right. So it's in the Rails II8N locale.
yes. So that
Which
should be.
yeah. What happened with like the same thing happened when you required like when you required action view and included both.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Then local. Yeah, because we have that here. I enter with options local. Yeah. I mean, if you have a look at that method in date helper, he actually looks for the translation.
Yeah.
So
What is I8N? Is it like a
it's
character set?
It's an internationalization API, so it makes it easier for to include translations in Rails app.
Okay.
yeah. So that this is why he cannot translate that. So if we just jump, oh, he cannot define. Huh. Okay. Yeah, it must. It's okay. So it must be that this YAML file is not loaded. So we would need to know where it's located and try to load that one, and then this should be yes. Local action view rendering RB. Yes. Oh, so if you include action view I18N proxy, shouldn't that do it?
Probably something like that. But I think since you're including the whole of action view, all these should already be included, so you shouldn't need to do that.
Yes.
In fact, do this. Require action view and just include action view, not just helpers. Like include the whole action view.
Yeah. Sasha.
Yep. I think I did that before, but so is it just action view like this or something?
Yeah. No
Well,
quotes, no quotes.
without the
Just the constant name.
Okay.
and what did you
And
say?
then
False or true?
It said neither. It just returned object. I don't know what that means.
yeah, I think when you include it returns an object, not a boolean. So it seems it's the same problem. I think it works better with Rails.
But
Yes,
how about just if you do include action view colon and then I'm gonna paste it I18 and proxy.
Now I can type class. It's a bit module.
Oh, let's see. Yeah, class rendering. Okay, class method. Oh, this is not. Oh well, you could try include action view rendering.
As in action view, colon, windowing.
Yes. But after that, perhaps we should, do something else.
Yeah, give up.
Same thing? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it works in Rails, so
Yeah.
that's the most important thing, I guess. Yes. Well, we just have a few minutes before we have to break for Scrum, but I was just doing some you see, we want to. Yeah.
Just one more thing, Thomas. I noticed that is the original example that you used was a bit complex, right? So there is a simpler example using which it might be easy for you to understand how everything works. So I'll just paste that link, and it might be easier then, for the high charts.
Okay. All right.
It's in the group chat. There, everything is shown clearly, so it should be easier for you to understand if you look at the source. Hopefully.
Yeah, I saw that one. I know where he calls yes. Here's the data in JSON, and we need to translate that. This is the country. DE is the country code, and then SN is the region code, I guess, for for Germany. So I guess that what we need to do is to kind of translate our JSON that says United States and United Kingdom and stuff, to country codes.
Yeah.
Yes, but that shouldn't be a problem, I guess.
Yeah.
Yes. Great. Yeah, I know. Wonderful. Thanks. Yeah. So just going back to the feature file. See, the scenario I wrote originally for this, together with Christopher, was just a static. I visit the statistics page and I should see some stuff. And this is actually not a good scenario. We shouldn't have those because there is no user interaction. And me and Brian had a discussion about this recently. That this scenario is more of a view spec test than a cucumber scenario. So, but let's keep this for now. But what I would like to do is I just started to write 4 new scenarios. The one is that when user signs up and then visits the statistics page, I sign up with valid user data, and I should see that there are now more than there was only 2 registered users before, and now I should see 3 registered users, as in statistics. And the same thing here in the following ones, that given I'm logged in and I create a project called whatever, then I should see, we had 6 projects before, so I should see 7 projects now, basically, right?
Yeah.
Or whatever, if there's so this is the way we should go on and write that. But for now, let's break up and do the Scrum and reconvene after the Scrum again. Okay?
Yep.
All right. I see you there. Cheers.